My name is Boyd Holbrook, and I play Ty in the film Vengeance. The story of Vengeance is about a family's loss and a character named Ben, who is a sort of socialite in New York who gets wrapped up in this family drama out in West Texas. So it's really about polar opposites colliding together. I've been a fan of BJ for so long. I think he's extremely talented. The script was something totally fresh that I'd never seen before, really in real time, doing commentary on what's happening in our country at the moment, where it's extremely polarized of blue, red, left, right of the country, and through the story showing that actually we're really not that different at all. I would say Ty is a person that wears his heart on his sleeve. He's the acting patriarch to the family, and he's trying to find out what happened to his sister. I wouldn't say he's the sharpest tool in the shed, but I think by leading with his heart so much, he does get to the bottom of what he's trying to figure out. Ty is so impressed with Ben that he lives in New York City, that he is an artist, is a journalist, is a person in the academic world, and that is so foreign to him. So he's really in awe and just in awe of what Ben is about, and he looks to him as a savior in all this mysteries of what's happened to his sister. So he really idolizes him in many ways, and from that is such a devotee of doing anything that Ben will help solve what happened to my sister. I always loved putting BJ just like, no, go ahead, give a speech. Just pushing him out there, pushing him into these games, making him go into the rodeo, and the enjoyment of just watching his character squirm. We're all quite similar. We all have similar dynamics in our own family of being completely supportive and having the back of one another, and then kind of turning on them in a moment's notice to get ahead or to get one up on one another. But at the end of the day, they're this really solid nucleus who lost, their sister or their daughter, and it's a deeply honest take on a family that's out in the middle of nowhere. I think it's an honest take on compassion. Losing a sibling is a deeply heartbreaking situation to go through. So I think that it's an honest take on that, and through the absurdity of two cultures clashing together, you really can draw a lot of the humor out of this and the absurdity. And through that, it goes even deeper in showing that, yeah, we may have these totally polar views on the country and the outlook of our future, but really we still function from the same core dynamics. I'm super impressed with BJ. I don't know how he wore so many hats and spun so many plates. He created this out of thin air, this story. He had to direct himself and other actors. It was the first time doing that. He did it exceptionally well with grace, and he produced it. It was just an overwhelming amount of tasks to do. So it was really inspiring to see someone do that. BJ gave me a book early on which was a very subtle way of trying to keep me grounded in this, which is truth and comedy. So rather than playing the laugh, play the truth in the comedy, and that was something I always have to kind of reset myself back to. And rather than I would want to have fun and actually laugh and enjoy myself, I had to cut that out and just kind of play it serious to actually get a laugh from the audience. The bond of the cast was my favorite experience from the set. We were shooting something that was a family drama that, you know, had a lot of heart in it, but our job was to bring the comedy out of that. So I always feel like the closer you know everybody, the more able you are to perform. So I had a great time on set with everybody. Because it's funny. People should see this movie because it's hilarious. I'm so proud of this movie. It really captures what's going on in our culture now, and for however divided some people think they are, I think this film shows you that we are different, but we're really all pretty much the same. Whataburger, if you're listening, it is as amazing as we say it is in the movie. I would like some free perks. Whataburger is fantastic. And there's nothing that really holds a candle to it, especially in Texas.